Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with SOMA blind. Danger, restricted area, Carthage Industries. This room contains Carthage Industries property. Authorized personnel only. Mark Sarang. That's the guy who killed himself because he believed that it's the way for him to live on in the Ark.
Did you know that the human body consists of up to 75 trillion individual cells? They typically don't stay with us till we die. Some live a few days, while others live a few years. We're not affected by their short lifespans, as they're replaced by new cells which help sustain our bodies. I don't think anyone would argue that we ever lose our persona due to this process. Yet we are clearly in a constant state of transformation. Then how do we remain the same? A continuous flow of thought and perception keeps an unbroken chain of continuity that we know as our self. Our conscious mind is not the pattern of our brain, but a continuous emergent entity based on that pattern. When Dr. Chun populates the Ark, she is capturing a moment of our existence and placing it inside the digital world. Soon you and your digital you will grow apart due to diverging experiences, but for a tiny window, you are the very same. With unbroken continuity, it will live on. A fulfilling life, no doubt, no less real than the one from which it was plucked. Now remember, you are not your body. You are the emergent entity. That entity just happens to occupy two places at once for a while. If you took away your body, you would simply be the only one you can be. The you inside the Ark. Let your body die and continue on in the digital paradise among the stars.
Now, I don't understand, I can follow his train of thought, but I don't understand what is he basing this on, because for me it's pretty simple to understand. They have achieved a technology that basically allows you to duplicate a person, because you duplicate the entire brain structure and the entirety of what makes a human. So if I copied myself, there would be two of quote-unquote me. But the other one would be a separate entity, and I don't think killing the original me would have allowed the original me to survive. It would have just eliminated the quote-unquote competition for the copy. It's a demented idea, but I guess it's also very dark. So it fits perfectly with the tone of the game, because I have to imagine it was horrible for those people to experience when after the scan a bunch of people just started killing themselves because they thought it's going to actually help. Dear friends, when you read this, I will have entered the Ark. As I have explained, this is accomplished by ceasing to live as your scan is being completed. To not frighten Catherine, I will do this in secret by folding cyanide salts into a chewing gum and placing it in my mouth before seeing her. When I hear her announce completion, I will bite down, causing my own demise. When you discover the truth behind my death, know that there's no tragedy to mourn, for I am victorious. I advise you all to do the same and join me inside the Ark. Sincerely, Mark Sarang. Okay, as I said, I feel like it's demented, but on the other side, on the other hand, I also feel like potentially it might not matter, because everyone, the Earth is, from what I've learned, at least, if I am to believe what I've learned, uninhabitable. Most of humanity, and I do mean most, like the absolute majority of humanity has already perished. Civilization has been destroyed. So those original people who are still left alive in pathos-II, they don't really have any hope of long-term survival. So they might as well kill themselves and be content with the fact that there's a copy of them living inside the Ark. I just don't think it's going to in any way help by somehow combining your original perception of yourself with the one inside the Ark. The one inside the Ark is separate. It's entirely separate from the very beginning. And you, the original you, I do believe, is going to cease to exist at the point where you kill yourself. But I guess the only way I can answer that question is if I ever meet one of those copies that have been transported onto the Ark. But to be honest, even then it's probably impossible to answer, because from the perspective of the copy, it is a continuous continuation of the original person, because it would remember the entire life of that person, I guess, minus the actual moment of killing him or herself. But then again, even if that was somehow the original personality that has been, merged with the copy, it still wouldn't remember the moment of its own death, because they do it after the scan. Even if it's like minutes after, then, it's going to be a blank spot. Okay. Can't read that. There's a map of pathos-II Warden Unit circuit map. Some diagrams and who. Chem lab. Some mathematical formulas, which I don't really understand anything of, so I'm not going to even try. Omicron theta, blah blah blah. I don't really get anything out of this. Wow. Company reconstruction plans. Imminent class 3 executive events, confidential. Another one of those stress balls. Haimatsu board approval. Surname, address, postal code, country. I cannot read the details on this, so I'm not quite sure what this is an approval for. The nature of identity. Questions about the self. Who are you? What does it mean to be human? Does your body or your surroundings confine or define you? All very difficult ideas to approach without having your questions be invalidated by practical or mystified by the spiritually minded. In this book of Pavlina Martiu, professor of philosophy at the Charles University in Prague, she guides you through the history of great thinkers and what they have to say about identity. Okay. Classified, Carthage Industries, March the 7th. Mark Sarang, Intelligence Analysis. Mr. Sarang, the company is very pleased to hear about your success in making the WoW a station-wide presence. We trust you appreciate the unique opportunity this is, and that you will do everything in your power to fully explore and understand this mystery. To do so, you need to ensure that Dr. Jonathan Ross is able to steer and study the WoW from Alpha without outside interference. In case of an emergency, you may direct Julia Dole at Omicron to forcefully eliminate any opposition, but please make an effort to avoid extreme actions. The WoW is an important, costly affair, and we hope to follow a steady development without setbacks. The Supervisory Board. Okay, this is kind of fucked up when you really think about it, because the company has just authorized him to literally kill people? Forcefully eliminate opposition. Okay, model of the brain. Some folders. Well, I think I'm done here. That's the room of the one that has killed herself, presumably urged by this guy. And I actually found her copy, trapped inside a robot, outside. But she thinks it's the Ark. And she, as opposed to the other guy, she did make quite a scene out of it. I guess she slit her wrists or something in her own bed. Like there is an actual razor here. I guess that's maybe her with her husband or boyfriend. And some drawings. Ah, it's a render from the Ark. So she has been like conceptualizing how the life inside the Ark is going to be before she killed herself. Okay, I do believe this is used for exercise. And hygienic pads. Random flower. We are all dying anyway. I'm all in. I put my faith in Sarang and the continuity. Yeah, I guess, as I said, I guess that is true. Like, I still feel it's a stupid idea, but in consequence, in the end, they would still die anyway. Presumably, soon-ish enough. Meetings, message, will be 30 minutes later today. Okay. And more drawings of how the life inside the Ark is supposed to be. Photo of her cat, maybe. Oh well. And Martin Fisher. The light is not operational. It's another one of those healing modules, and on one hand I probably shouldn't use it right now because I'm actually kind of healthy. But on the other, I don't know if I'm going to...
What the hell are you doing?
I know it looks bad, but it makes me feel a lot better. Helps me focus.
That's... I mean, that's the wow you're hooking up to.
I need it, okay? I wouldn't have made it this far without it.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I guess she brought up an interesting point I myself have been mentioning, which is probably not a good idea to keep doing that. And maybe I shouldn't. I wonder if it will actually impact the ending somehow. Maybe I should stop at this point. I'm not sure. Did the door here open? Nope. I guess the lights just went out for added creepiness. I don't have a map with me, and to be honest, I'm already kind of lost because there is this whole passage over there, there is a passage here, but there is also like a totally separate way to go over here. Which seemingly goes down.
Thanks, Dromar. That's a real helpful report. Be quiet, the proxy listens. What happened to Theta? No explanations anywhere.
Kinda sounds like a warning.
Well, I guess let's explore the upper floor first.
Welcome to my place. When I started the art project, I pretty much lived in this lab.
Cozy.
Connection error, troubleshoot? Yeah. Error code, unable to connect to mainframe. Please reset router in the sub-level vault. Okay, presumably I will do that eventually. Simulation assets. Okay, I presumably can play this somewhere. Like I can actually put it inside a computer. Maybe even this one if I manage to restart it. Implement differently? Question mark. Okay, this is... Where do I connect it again? He brandished it for a second. Ah. Wait. No, I in fact don't know what I'm doing.
Need to fix that mainframe connection.
Okay. Let's keep that for a moment.
This is where I would store the ARC scans.
So you saved the whole staff digitally on these chips?
That was the plan.
Broken.
Rust. So those are basically
damaged,
broken, all broken copies of the crew. Which is actually a little fucked up when you think about it. I wonder if I can find even one operational one.
An intact memory chip. If we're lucky, we might be able to extract the cipher from it.
Okay, nothing else left. I guess I have to restart that router or something. Laboratory.
This is where I did my scan. And all the others, I suppose.
You don't remember?
My scan was the first. Had to test the scanner before I could start making promises.
Okay, it says sub-level vault, so would that imply the basement? Like a lower level? Let's listen to that.
Strasky, come in. I need help in the lab, the scan room.
What happened?
Conrad killed himself after the scan.
Jesus, how?
Maser tool? What should I do?
I'm gonna need to tell Strohmeyer.
No, please! I'm so close. Strohmeyer's gonna shut down the ARC project. It's not my fault people keep killing themselves.
Catherine, what are you gonna do? It's not like you can sneak a 300-pound body out of the lab.
I know.
Catherine, are you okay?
Not even close.
Yeah, that's some pretty heavy stuff, to be honest.
Ah, I see.
What?
Check the terminal. I just want to make sure.
Critical system failure, error, blah blah blah. Non-com position, compressed Nakajima neurograph, continuous time, author Nakajima machine, subject Nanami, sex female, erase. Why would I erase? Frick. What am I even doing? Why would I erase them? Berg, Paul Berg. Ah, that's the author David Munshi, captured on 2015. That's the blah blah blah. What's the word? The partner, the other student that worked with Dr. Munshi. Well, I guess he wasn't even a doctor. He was in the process of getting a PhD. He was a student. Oh, there is Munshi's
David Munshi. How did this... What is this?
There is Munshi's scan, what's the word? Munshi himself has his own scan here, made by Paul Berg. So I guess they tested the machine first on themselves. And I guess, wow, this is me.
Kath, what is this? Why do you have a file of me?
You are one of Dr. Munshi's templates. A legacy scan.
Well, I'm not going to erase it, but I would like to access the audio recordings.
Okay, that's it. Wow, that was fun. That's a relief. Still figuring this out, so...
It was freaky. So many lights.
What do we do now? Paul and I are going to run tests for a week or so, and then we'll work out a roadmap to your recovery. Well, I feel excited. Can't wait to get back to the living.
Well, so I guess the original me back in 2015 just went on about his business, like normal. And then, if he was lucky, to be honest, if they somehow cured his brain damage and the hemorrhage, he might have simply passed from old age. Because it's almost 100 years between 2015 and now, and yet here I am, his copy.
We've worked everything out. Everything is legal. Vouched for by Dr. Peak and Professor Way. Oh, that's great news. No big change in medication. You'll be taking an aspirin every morning, but that's about it. Paul worked out a diet with some variations you should try out. You can continue doing physical therapy. Also, there's some extra cardio training every other day. Okay, getting complicated. Don't worry, it's really not. We're going to keep an eye on you every week, so we'll be able to adjust the plan if needed. The model was sound. It should have worked. It's not your fault, David. I really wish things had turned out differently. Yeah, me too. I was supposed to save you. Hey, you got my brain on file. Maybe you can put it to some use. Yeah, who knows? You'd be okay with that? Using it for my research? Sure. It's like a part of me lives on or something. Like a donated organ. You know what sucks about dying? What? The crash. Everything up till now. The brain damage. You guys, everything. Has made my life so much more real. I started thinking about all the things I was going to do. I'd never been more excited to be alive. All that hope. Wasted.
Well, I guess I spoke too soon. He didn't live a full life and died of old age. He presumably died soon after. Judging from the sound of it, he died maybe a couple months, because this recording sounded like the therapy they devised for him has failed, and he sounded like he was very resigned. So presumably he died soon after. And yet here I am.
It's a legacy scan.
They're historic templates for AI construction. Any self-respecting engineer wouldn't use legacies anymore, but they're great for learning. They come with every development kit.
So, my brain scan turned into a template for artificial intelligence.
You should be proud.
So much for that mystery. No magic or time travel needed. I was here all along, waiting for someone to shove a picture of my brain into a suit and hit the power button.
It's a very surreal experience, to be honest, because I'm, technically speaking, I am learning about my own death. Because from my perspective, I am still the same person. Like, I have the memories of living up until the point of getting the scan. Okay, so I guess this is blocked.
The legacy scan of me that was on the computer. What did you use it for?
It's a template that has an intelligence pathmark already etched into the base. So, if I wanted to build an AI, I wouldn't have to reinvent a whole model. I would be able to focus on the things that the AI is to be used for.
Is every AI self-aware? Do they also think they're Simon?
What? No, Simon, don't worry. It's not like we just put people into robots and machinery and let them roam free. That'd be really cruel. It doesn't work like that. Or at least it didn't used to work like that. Truly sentient machines thinking they are people is definitely new.
But you kept them sentient for the Ark.
Yes, and I basically had to invent the method.
Okay, the sounds aren't particularly encouraging. Whoa! This guy is seemingly still alive. He's breathing, or is it a woman? Like, it's difficult to tell because the body is almost like decomposed. Can I do something about it? Server mainframe. Warning, improper reset may cause system instability and data loss. Preparing for router reset. Please stand by. Manual confirmation. Whoa, 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 whoa. Required. I wonder if I need to be here. Probably, because it said manual confirmation is required. So presumably I need to flip another switch or something. Flip switch to confirm. Activation timeout. But wait, I already flipped it. Unless they mean some other switches over here? Well, I'm dead. Mainframe online. Router active. Okay. Nothing has changed about this person, and it seems it's not like I can even euthanize that person or something, even if I wanted to, which I guess it's a tricky subject, because I do not have, like, I have not witnessed their direct wish to cease to be living, which makes me inherently hesitant to consider something like that. But even if I wanted to, it seems I can't. Okay, again. Okay, this is very clearly a woman this time. She's like connected to the wall and also like decomposing at the same time. I guess it links with what was said, what Amy Azaro said near the tram, which is that it won't let them die. Like, maybe the AI in charge of the base, the WoW, it had like a directive to protect human life, but they didn't specify any kind of quality of life additions. So, okay, I feel uncomfortable elaborating right now. I should evacuate. So maybe what happened. Okay, I don't think it can climb after me. So maybe what happened is that.
Good job, Sarang.
This better have worked. I'm not going down there again.
Maybe what happened is that the WoW it doesn't understand that there are states of human life that are not worth living. So it's following its original original Prime directive to its logical extremes, and it's doing everything it can to stop people from dying, even if it results in them being rendered immobile and, you know, fused into the wall or something. Because technically speaking, they are still alive, so it fulfills the directive. Files, scans, 34% free. Imogen read. Guy Conrad, test environments, float tanks, scan room, beach, Versailles. Data reconstructed by WoW, do not use. What am I even supposed to be doing here? And where do I put this? In case I wanted to. Slot 1, chip. So I need to copy something onto it, but I kind of already forgot what. Like, what am I doing? It would be nice if she reminded me.
Go ahead, plug in that chip you found.
Scan log. Chun Catherine, Nikolai, blah blah blah. ARC project on hold. Stormheimer investigates the death of Sarang. Suicide, 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 suicide. Stormheimer reprimanded me. One more death and we're out. Suicide. Our project on hold indefinitely. Well, scheduled scans. So I guess they discontinued the project because people kept killing themselves right after being scanned. Which is really disturbing. Even to hear about, but especially, I would imagine, to actually witness. Slot 2, chip.
There should be a list of people. See if there's anyone who could know a security cipher.
Lindwall Sarah said she'd help delivering the ARC. Why doesn't it list their position, like their occupation? Killed himself because of continuity. Stormheimer is really mad. He is Titan security. That's Mark Sarang. Because I need someone who was with security. Delta refugee, construct wrangler. He is working for Stromae now. Bass Robin. Another fucking continuity suicide. Stromae locked me out of my lab. Komorebi. We look so much alike. In a different life, I'm sure we would be best friends. Heather Volchek apparently listed her nationality as Silesian Polish, which means that in the future, presumably, Silesia has some kind of a limited autonomy, or something, and you can actually list your nationality as Silesian. Interesting. She helped me out. She helped me cut the weave leak from the helmet. If anything, it should make the post-scan hangover less severe. Strasky Peter was cheerful and funny as always. Coaster Alice. She said she would help construct the ARC, but not carry it to Phi. But I don't know which one of them. I don't remember their positions. I guess maybe the other chip will tell me something. But I cannot. I think I can only connect the other chip to here. Imogen, Reed, Guy, Conrad. I guess I could copy them as well, but I don't. The problem is I don't remember what their positions are, so I don't remember which one would be responsible for security. Oh, I cannot copy the scans anyway. I can only copy test environments. I guess I will just randomly load one. Volchek is an engineer. I don't know, let's load her.
No, won't work. We need someone from Theta Security Group.
Yeah, but I don't know who that is. Like, I don't know which one of them that would be.
That one won't work either. Look for security people like Kronstadt or Strohmeyer.
Kronstadt, you say? Strohmeyer. Isn't there... But I can't copy the scans, can I?
Very promising. I'll just load him up and get the simulator going. There we are.
What are we doing exactly?
We're gonna have a talk with Mr. Wan. Use the computer to activate the simulation.
What? Like, it's insanely cruel to bring him to existence, basically, because he's going like... It's going to be like waking up from a dream, like from a very deep sleep, or basically from being dead. He's going to come back to his senses. I'm going to interrogate him about some random code, and then I'm going to presumably disable him again? That's ridiculous. Like, come on. Don't they have any other options? Like, I really don't want to do this because it seems heartless to me. It seems, as I said, ridiculously cruel to just load him up for like a couple of minutes, basically bring him...
Here we go, Brandon Wan's room. I'll just override the lock for you.
Wait, where is it? Bring him back to life for a couple
Have
of...
a look around. Maybe he has something we can use to get the cipher.
For a couple of minutes, just to interrogate him, and then basically kill him? Fairchild Award for achievements in engineering youth. Okay. Some photos. Maybe I can find a copy of the cipher over here. That would definitely be preferable to me. Brandon, I'm really sorry about them. A
letter from someone named Alice. They were together during the scan. You know her?
He was close with Coster. I would not have expected that. Can you use that somehow? Keep looking.
Brandon, I'm really a mess thinking about the scan. Everyone is being so brave. All smiles, no regrets. You know how you said you would hold my hand during the scan? If the offer still stands, I gratefully accept. If we do it together, we could suffer the hangover together as well. They say it takes a couple of days to recover. Kisses, Alice. Oh, it's like an origami frog. or something. Brandon 1. Male, nationality Chinese, birthplace Hong Kong, service record, profession wrangler, security clearance YYC. Why can't I take it? It seems like something that could be potentially useful, and it doesn't take that much space because it's just a badge.
Cute.
Okay, more origami animals. I guess this is a swan, maybe? And this is presumably him with his parents. Files. Akers finally agreed to evacuate Delta. Goya, Cryer and I moved into Theta today. Akers said he would stick around for a while longer, that crazy bastard. I take pride in my work, but goddamn, that place is miserable since the surface stopped sending parts. Did my
Alice
arc...
and Brandon were definitely together during the scan.
Good to know. Maybe we can use that somehow.
Did my arc scan together with Alice. Stormire told me that the hangover would basically kill me. Such an asshole. I was fine at first, but got a splitting headache a couple of hours later. The biggest pain was that Chan girl. She's so fucking uncomfortable at all times, it makes my skin crawl. Stormire went ballistic and shut down all of the future scans for the art project. Apparently Conrad wanted in on the continuity and just fried himself right in the pilot seat after the scan. Something tells me we'll be getting new security ciphers. Just heard that Komarebi survey team is going to Delta to pick up Akers. He's been alone for months now. Can't imagine what he's been up to. Okay, there is also recording here, so let's listen.
Brandon, you ready to go? Strohmeyer says it's time to move.
I'm waiting for Stratsky and Alvaro to pack up their stuff. Head downstairs and I'll meet you there.
Don't take too long.
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
I think I just heard Alice talking to Brandon on the intercom. Seems like they were getting ready to leave.
You got that from the intercom? Must be a transmission buffer. Hang on. Great, this is exactly what we need. I think we got this, Simon. I can synthesize Alice's voice from the intercom and use it to impersonate her for the simulation. We can trick them into feeling safe enough to open up.
What?
Great. Definitely feeling good about this.
Good job with the intercom. I didn't know you could data mine. What's it like?
It's just something that I do now.
So it comes naturally to you. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I'll make sure to add it to my dating profile.
Okay, I kind of hate her. Like, come on, how heartless can you be? I'm going to impersonate his presumably dead at this point girlfriend to trick him into giving me the code after being brought alive for like a minute. And then I'm going to presumably disconnect him and kill him?
I compiled an Alice module that we can use.
So she'll be with Brandon in the simulation.
Sort of. I'll still need to do the talking, but it'll sound and look like Alice.
I'm not okay with that. Like, I don't know what else I can do, but I'm not okay with that. That's horrible. Oh well. Anyway, regardless of how horrible that is, I will have to do that or not. Maybe, if I can, but even if I am to do it, I'm going to do it next time, because this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to pause it here. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!